Joining us this morning, Titania Jordan.
Tatiana Jordan. Did I get the name right? Jordan?
Titania.
Titania. Okay.
Titania. All right. It's Titania Jordan.
Welcome everybody. I am so glad you're here because today I am here and you are here with Charlie Epstein. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. It's good to be had.
Well, yeah,
everybody
it is.
should be had once.
Yes. Well,
maybe twice. I don't know.
That is
We'll
a
see.
great GIF I'm going to pop up for this one. Your mission is to help Americans save.
Help America create a paycheck for life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than that.
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a paycheck for life.
Help America create a paycheck for life.
That's what we're committed to.
I just wanted to dig right into that because it's really terrifying how many people have not set up for that. It's really scary.
Yeah.
So talk to me about how you got to where you are today.
Well, I was a small boy on a small farm. No, I wasn't. You know, it's funny because I was an economics major who lived in the theater when I went to college. I went to Colgate University in we won't say the year. And there was just something about the combination. Well, actually, I had no choice. See, my background was my mother was an opera singer, and her father, I was telling you earlier, was concertmaster at Radio City Music Hall, my grandfather. And then my father's side of the family, my father was in the retail business, had his own clothing store, and then his father was an accountant, right? So I had this kind of split personality fighting with each other, trying to figure that out. So when I went to college, it was my father said, you know, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to be a starving actor. And he said, yeah, but what are you really going to do? And I thought, well, okay, I'll study, I'll be an economist, but I lived in the theater. So when I got out of college, I really only had two choices. I could move to New York and be a starving actor with all my friends, which is what we all want to do. Or I could move back to the booming metropolis of Springfield, Mass., where I grew up and our company is based, go into the insurance business, sell life insurance, starve, and have no friends. Ching! You know, but I always pined in my mind about going back into theatrics. And so about 8 years into my business, I thought, hey, I can take the summers off and do summer theater, and that's what I started to do. And so I literally took 3 months off in 1988, did summer theater in Maine, Shakespeare, came home at the end of the year and made $50,000 more that year working 9 months than I did the year before working 12 months. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. I got to take more time off.
That's amazing.
Right? So I started doing that. Then I went to New York. I got a commercial agent. I got my equity card, started doing, getting paid. Anyways, it was like a 12-year odyssey. And every year I took more time off, I made more money.
Why is that?
I don't know, but finally my wife at the time told me if I just stopped working, we'd be millionaires. And then she divorced me and I made her one. Pa-dum-bum.
That was good.
But you asked, why was that? So what I discovered is, and this, we're going to come back to your question about, like, why isn't America saving enough? Why don't they have a paycheck for life? Is, if you think about it, people waste a lot of time doing the wrong things.
Amen. Let's say that
Right?
again. People waste a lot of time.
People waste a lot of time. You waste a lot of time doing the wrong things in your life. You know, there's the urgent, the important, the only thing you should be focusing on in life is what's going to have the greatest impact.
Yes.
Okay? So you've only got so much time in the day.
Yep. And so much time on this planet.
Bingo. Although I am going to 147.
Good.
Because I told my kids just to piss them off. I had my genomes mapped last year, right? And it was like, oh, I'm living to 147. I have the evidence. This is great.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. But, so you've only got so much time. And so you can do the busy stuff, the easy stuff, but what people are not willing to do is the difficult first. First. Like if you give somebody a list of things they need to get done during the day, what are they going to do first?
The easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
low-hanging fruit.
it's easy.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I know this is comfortable. But do the hard thing. So what I discovered in taking all that time off was I didn't have the time to do easy. I didn't have time to do urgent. I needed to focus on what would have the greatest impact and produce the greatest results. So out of that, I got very, very focused on these books and
Yep.
these concepts and ideas. So back to your question. What we're really passionate about, thank you, is helping you, America, create a paycheck for life so you can do all the things you desire to do someday, one day. And I use the word desire in desirement planning in my book. Do you know what Webster's definition of retirement is?
Tell me.
Oh yeah, take a guess. What do you think?
Not working.
Yeah, right? So it means to be put out of use. Webster's definition of retirement is to be put out of use.
Yeah.
And think about it. My industry,
Depressing.
yeah, the financial services industry spends billions of dollars advertising to put you out of use. The retirement red zone, the retirement green zone. So I stepped back and I said, no. People are working really hard. You're doing this job, so one day you'll have enough money to do all the things you desire to do,
Right.
thus desirement planning.
Yes.
Right?
I love that.
Thank you. So do we. So now if you think about what you're passionate about, that's your desires, right?
Yeah.
And most people would rather be doing what they desire to do than what they're actually doing today, but they're doing it for the paycheck. So now the thing is, how do you get out of doing it for the paycheck and doing what you love to do? Like, you love to do this.
I love this. I am so thankful
Right.
that this is my job.
But you have this gift. That's true of an artist, right? So when I was acting, passion,
Yeah.
right? But then I would come back to my work, more passion. So you can be passionate about more than one thing.
Absolutely.
And be successful at it. And so this whole notion of having a paycheck for life is we want to help you, the viewers, figure out, how do I create a paycheck for life so I can do all those things I desire to do?
Yes. Okay, but talk more about how you were personally impacted. You took more and more time off, yet you were making more and more money. How? How?
The question. So, it's kind of funny in life because you don't think you're searching for an answer to something. It finds you, right? Like God calls you, I believe in that.
Oh, yeah.
God loves a vacuum and she'll fill it if you give her one, right? So I didn't set out to take 3 months off as an actor so I could be more successful in my business.
Right.
It started to happen, and that's when I had to sit back and say, what's happening here? Well, eventually what happened is I became known as the 401k coach, not to get ahead of ourselves, but in the process of that, I started looking at how people run their business and how they really aren't focused on what's really going to have the greatest impact. And that you start building a team of people around you to start doing the things that you're not good at. Or what my coach, Dan Sullivan, thank you, Dan, calls
Thank you,
you.
Dan. I love Dan.
Strategic coach, you know Dan?
Yeah, 4 C's.
Yeah, 4 C's.
Huge.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Commitment, confidence, courage,
Capability.
capabilities. Oh, God, I love the 4 C's. It's so good.
Yeah.
So you start to say, wait a minute, I'm really bad at this. I don't know how to use a toolkit. Like, if you want me to fix something, don't give me a toolkit. I tell you a story.
Please.
So we bought a house out in Park City, Utah,
Beautiful.
and my wife said, we need a toolkit. And I said, what's that?
For what?
Yeah, and so she said, no, don't be stupid. She calls me Jethro. She says, Jethro, go to Home Depot and get a toolkit.
Jethro.
And I know, she's Ellie Mae. It's cute, right? So I said, what's Home Depot? She says, get in the car and get out of here, right? So about 2.5 hours later, she hasn't heard from me. She calls me up. She goes, where are you? And I said, I can't find Home Depot. Where is it? It's the biggest building in Park City, Utah. Right? And she says to me, I know where you are. Get out of the get out of the car. I'm in the parking lot. I've been there for 2.5 hours with a 6-pack of beer, trying to get up enough courage to walk in.
Really?
Well, sort of. So I walk in the door, the door opens at Home Depot, and this big guy, like Paul Bunyan of a guy, he goes, hi, can I help you? And I go, tool. He says, you need a toolkit? I said, yeah. He picked me up, carried me up and down the aisle. He goes, you need one of these? I go, what's that? I go, it's a hammer. Yeah, put that in there, right? Fills this toolkit up, sits me down at the cash register, and the woman says, is there anything else that you need? And I said, yeah, can I take them home? So, right? Don't give me a toolkit.
Okay, I won't ever do that to you.
So you have to surround yourself with people that will do all that other stuff that you're not good at, so you can focus on what you have the greatest impact.
Yes.
It's like you and your job, right? You don't fix the lights. The cameraman's there, right?
Mike is the man.
Mike's the man.
The man.
He runs all these cameras, right? You have makeup and everything like that, and you do your unique ability, and you're really great at it.
Thank you. I feel like this is a show about me now. This is crazy. Let's get back to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was about you.
Paychecks for life.
Thank you.
Save America Save. You have a pretty impressive resume. You speak all over the world. You are quoted on television. What are some of the things that you tell people that really help them take those first steps to doing what they need to do?
Okay. So obviously I'm known as the 401k coach.
Like not just a,
Right.
the 401k coach.
The 401k coach.
And let's back up, and just talk about 401k.
Okay.
For those of you who don't even know if you have one, what is a 401k and why do people need them?
Okay. So everybody needs a system for saving money that's completely automated.
Yes.
Everybody got that?
Yes.
You need an automated system for saving money. Like when I came into the insurance business, my mentor said, kid, just save $25 a month. And I was like, okay, I got to save $25 a month. And then that was easy. So then the next year I raised it to 50, and then 100, and then 200, right? Systematic. I don't care where you do it. Now, I just happen to choose the 401k as the mechanism of choice because most people work for a company that offer a system to do that.
Right.
Comes right out of your paycheck, and here's the key. Ready? So in this book, I have 9 principles. Follow my principles. It's like a recipe. You have a paycheck for life.
Great.
And one of them is my mantra. It's called 10-1 now. 10-1 now. So
10-1 now.
10-1 now. 10-1 now. Say it. 10-1 now. Tell me. So the 10 stands for 10%.
Okay.
On average, you need to save 10% of your pay, year in and year out. Might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less. Let's start with 10%.
Okay.
Right? As soon as I say that, you, the audience, half of you go, that's not going to happen. Like, there's no way I could save 10%. You know, I have a car payment, I have a mortgage, I have kids. It's impossible. So then I'm going to say, well, how much can you save? And what are you going to say?
Well, are you asking me personally or general public?
General public.
General public. I could save, 1%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or 3% or 5%, right? Not 10. So what I say to you is, you got to start. So let's say you can save 5%, and your goal is to get to 10%. So 10% is your goal. You can only do 5. Every year, increase what you can save by just 1%. 10-1.
Yes.
Now, and in 5 years, you'll have 10% saved. Now, in my book, we've got a section here, a little chart that says 10-1 now. And in this chart, I just give an example of 3 people, Susan, George, and Morgan. And Susan says I can save 10%. She's 35 years old. I'm trying to find the chart. It's in here somewhere. Anyways, I know the numbers. So Susan says I can save 10%. She's 35 years old. Let's say she's making $40,000. That's $4,000 a year. In 30 years, she'll have about $445,000.
That's amazing.
Tidy sum, right?
Yeah.
George comes along and says, I'm also the same age, but I can't save 10. And I say, what can you save? He says, I can save 5. And I say, George, save 5%. Every year, increase it by 1 until you get to 10. And you know how much money he'll have when he's 65? No. $405,000.
Wow.
Almost the same amount.
That's amazing.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then Morgan says, you know what? I can only save 5%. And I promise, I'll increase it by 1%. And then she never does. And
Morgan, come on, Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan. When she's 65, she only has $225,000.
Wow.
So that's a $200,000 mistake by not increasing your contribution by 1%.
Wow.
So what's the lesson learned? People left to their own demise won't do what they need to do to have a paycheck for life. Enter this book. This book is written, Save America Save, for you, the business owner, for you, the plan sponsor, the person who has established the retirement plan for the benefit of your employees so they have a paycheck for life. In that book, I tell you all the things that you could do to make it easy for your employees to have a paycheck for life. Automatic features. So go back to Morgan. She just never saves the 1%.
Come on, Morgan.
Morgan. So I tell the plan sponsor, you can automate that. The plan sponsor can simply say, look, Morgan, once a year, we're going to send you a notice. We're going to tell you we're going to increase your contribution by 1%. Ignore the notice. Let it happen.
Yeah, it's a set it and forget it mentality.
Set it, forget it.
Yeah.
Automated. And here's the good news. For those of you that are plan sponsors, not to get too technical, you're protected by the Department of Labor. The
That's great.
The employees can't sue you for taking money out of their paycheck, provided you send the notice and do all the other things I tell you need to do in this book to be responsible as a fiduciary. So we've got this mechanism. There's 85 million people in America that have access, probably more than that, to a retirement plan, and yet they're not taking advantage of it.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
But we're here today to change that.
That's right.
The
Changing
401k coach. I love it. I'm inspired now.
Yeah. You know, like yesterday I got a text message from my godchild who's 30, and she said, "You'll be proud of me. I just increased my contribution."
Yes.
Yeah.
Go, godchild.
Right? Now, that's good stuff.
That's great. It's empowering. It's so helpful. I want to talk about an initiative that you are launching with 3CI. So touch on that.
Yeah, so we're here today, Don Barton and I, the master of 3CI.
Yeah.
Don, the master. Do you know how we met?
How?
This is what makes Don Don.
Okay.
So I did you know who John Oliver is, right? Right. So John Oliver bashed the 401k industry a year ago. Did an expose on everything that's wrong with the 401k industry. So I did a 15, 20-minute video bashing back at John Oliver.
Oh, snap.
Snap. You can go to my LinkedIn. You can go to charlieepstein.com and pull it up. You should.
Yeah. We'll put that link below when you're watching this on YouTube.
I sort of gave John a little bit of his magic back at him.
Along with a few other people. And Don saw, well, a lot of people saw it. It went viral. I actually had my competitors come up to me and go, "That was so great. So great." So Don not only saw it, but he came into the studio here and shot a 5-minute video introducing himself to me and sent it to me. It was like Match.com.
I love it.
I was
Don's the man.
It's the first time I ever had anybody send me a video. Go, "Hey Charlie, we haven't met, but wow, hey Gidget." You know, it was like, I was like, wow, who is this guy? And he's like, "Listen, I really want to connect with you, but I'm going to go to Oxford and I'm going to be teaching all summer. But when I get back, let's get together." You know, he's like. So that's how we met.
I love it. I love it.
So he knew, and then I knew instantly that we're both up to the same thing, which is serving people.
Yes.
Being of service. This is really all about being of service. Because if we get America on the right track to saving, first of all, people will have more money.
Yeah.
If they have more money, they can do the things they want to do.
It's empowering.
But all boats rise, right? So everybody wins in that environment.
Yeah, the rising tide rises all ships.
Yep, and Don's into that. So we're here today we've been having this conversation for about 8 months to create what we're calling the Advisors Learning Lab.
The Advisors Learning Lab.
Creating your unfair advantage.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Right? So I've coached over 10,000 advisors as the 401k coach over the last 10, 15 years on how to build their business, how to be more successful, how to follow their unique ability, how to help others create that paycheck for life. And now what Don and I want to do is take Don's perfect plan, his wisdom, take my wisdom, our intellectual capital, put the two together and help advisors learn what they need to do to dominate their marketplace and create an unfair advantage for themselves. Isn't that cool?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
So that's what we're up to.
What are the next steps? How can everybody out there watching get involved?
So we're going to be filming today. So this is brand new.
Yeah.
This is like spanking brand new.
Well, I love it.
So we're in creation mode today. We're going to be filming my course material. Don's got his course material. We're going to film some intro. Magic Mike's going to do all the editing and pulling it together. Magic Mike!
Oh my gosh.
And so we want you to be on the lookout. When you get an email that says the Advisors Learning Lab, Creating Your Unfair Advantage, you want to open that up.
Open it up.
And here's the real kicker. We want to make this so available and so accessible to everybody that we're pricing it like stupid.
Good.
Just here, it's almost free.
It's basically free. Yeah.
It's almost free. We want to get this out And we want people's response. Are we on track? Are we hitting the right chord? Are we focusing on the right things that are going to
Oh my
matter,
gosh,
right?
I can't wait. So
Good.
what we'll do is when you're watching this video on YouTube, if you look below in the description, we'll have a link where you can sign up to subscribe and be the first to know when this is ready. Because this is a game-changing.
The Advisors Learning Lab, Creating Your Unfair Advantage.
The Advisors Learning Lab, Creating Your Unfair Advantage.
By the way, can I say what an unfair advantage is?
Please.
Okay. So if you think about it as an advisor, you wake up in the morning and you go out to compete. What makes you different? What makes you special? What makes people want to do business with you?
Right.
Beat a path to your doorstep, right? What is that you have that your competition doesn't have? So an unfair advantage is the way you package up your wisdom, your intellectual capital, your experience, your knowledge, and your products and services in ways that your competition can neither comprehend nor copy. That's an unfair advantage. Now, the problem for most people in my industry, the financial services industry, is they're selling somebody else's product and service and not their wisdom and intellectual capital.
Not only that, but there are regulations surrounding.
Yep, FINRA, the Department of, and it's getting worse.
It is.
It's getting worse. Like people go, how did you write these books?
Right? That's
magic moment.
That's your
right?
unfair advantage.
Well, because what we're going to teach you is what we call industry bypasses. You know, just because the government says you have to do it this way, doesn't mean it's the only way to do it. Now, notice what I said. I didn't say break the law.
No.
I didn't say don't follow the law.
No.
I'm regulated under FINRA, right? But what I've created in my 38 years in business is what I call industry bypasses. For example, this book, I can make an advisor an author of a book in 8 weeks, their own book in 8 weeks, using this book. So we have a process called the authority marketing system. You're an advisor, and I say to you, I want you to read this book,
Okay.
which I, by the way, I crowdsourced from other advisors when I wrote it,
Great. Smart.
right? And so I want you to read it. I want you to imagine it's your book, it's your cover, you're the author. What do you like? What don't you like? What would you change? It's the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
So in 8 weeks, working with our publishing partner, we can make you the author of your own book, and FINRA, who regulates you all, broker-dealer, you know, registered reps.
And the SEC.
We have 2 FINRA review letters for this process. It took me 2 years.
Wow.
That's an industry bypass,
Wow.
right?
That's great.
Now, when you become an author, it's the ultimate unfair advantage. It's instant super credibility.
It's like step off, okay? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm an author.
Well, yeah, step off. I like that. Ooh, that's, I got to use that. Right. But if I'm competing with you, and I come in, you come in with your brochure, your business card, and all that kind of stuff, and you do your thing, right? And then I walk in and I just say, oh, here's my book. What is the instant reaction by the consumer comparing you and me now?
Unfair advantage.
It's game
elevation.
over. Total instant super credibility.
Thought
So,
leadership.
right?
All of it.
Authority, expert, even celebrity in your marketplace. That's how
Oh,
you
yeah.
become a celebrity in your marketplace, by being an author. So that's what I mean by industry bypass. And so what Don and I want to do is help advisors create their own industry bypass, but more importantly, sell their wisdom and intellectual capital, which most advisors don't do.
No, they don't do. They're paralyzed. They don't know how. They're afraid.
Yep.
Yeah, this is game changing. This is really big.
And so here's the real key. When I came into this business, I had a mentor, thank God. And my mentor used to say, knowledge is power. So this was 38 years ago. So old. Today, that's not true. Knowledge is no longer power. Do you know why?
Why?
Because you can open up, I can take out my iPhone, and I have all the knowledge
Right.
at my fingertips
Everything is a Google search away.
for free.
Yeah.
So if knowledge is no longer power, what is it that your financial advisor does have that's of value to you, the consumer? And I say it's perspective. So it's your perspective as an advisor, not the knowledge, but your perspective on that knowledge and how I can package it up in ways that my competition can neither copy nor comprehend to help you create a paycheck for life.
Absolutely.
That's the system.
And there's a big difference between knowledge and wisdom. You know, when I pray for wisdom, hoping he'll somehow, you know, get some of that King Solomon did. Right?
Right.
And so, yeah, I continually pray for wisdom.
Think of the perspective that you have in the work that you do, right? You're not the same person yesterday, a year from now, or 2 years from now. So you have all this perspective to go, wow, how can I do that better, easier, faster, cheaper, and bigger?
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
So the further you get ahead, the more clear that you can see.
So most people in our industry don't stop to assess their perspective.
That is so true. So many people suffer from imposter syndrome, and they don't realize the power that they have, the perspective that they have, and the value that they can offer unique to them to the people that they can help and use their services.
Right, in every industry.
Yeah.
So Don and I are going to come together with his 100 years of knowledge and perspective and my 38, because he's older than me, and package all that up in the Advisors Learning Lab.
Zing.
And it's just a creative,
That was a zing.
and we're going to have really a good time doing it. So you do not want to miss out on watching Don and I in action, because, you know, 2-9, maybe, is he a 10 quick start? I don't know. It's going to be crazy.
I love it. I
But
love
fun.
it. Coming from a fellow quick start and Dan Sullivan fan, like,
Yeah.
I get it. I so feel what you're putting out there, and we are so excited to share it with all of you. For people who want to follow your journey, what's the best way to reach you?
Okay, great. Appreciate it. So you can go to our financial planning site. So we epsteinfinancial.com.
Okay, we'll put a link below.
Right, epsteinfinancial.com if you need help with your finances or creating Paycheck for Life. If you're an advisor and you want to learn more about what we're doing, 2 sites, saveamericasave.org, O-R-G, to learn about our authority marketing processes and all the tools that we created, and the 401kcoach.com to learn about our coaching program. And then if you want to learn more about me, also I have a podcast called Killing Retirement.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Killing Retirement. We'll put a link below as well.
So what I want to do is kill this notion of retirement in America.
Yeah, who wants to be put aside?
Yeah, put out of use.
Yeah.
So there's a podcast called KillingRetirement.com, and you can go to CharlieEpstein.com. Not Chucky Epstein, CharlieEpstein.com.
Chucky, baby.
Chucky, baby. Chucky's in love.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to read your books. I can't wait to share them with everybody. I can't wait to follow the journey.
Create a Paycheck for Life.
Yeah, create a Paycheck for Life. And so I tithe 10%. So
Sweet.
Second I get a paycheck, tithe 10%.
Yep.
Now I'm going to start saving 10%, and if I can't quite make that work.
You know the Babylon story, right? It's tithe 10, give 10, save 10, spend the rest.
Yeah.
And you'll be set for life and have a paycheck for life.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and the key is what she just said, which is you have to give the 10 away first.
Yes.
Tithing, service, however you say it. Then you've got to save 10 for yourself. And then you got 80% to do whatever it is you need to do.
It's amazing and it's liberating, and so many people are like, I can't give that much away, but you don't realize how much you will be blessed. You will be blessed tenfold. You cannot outgive. You can't. It's not possible. It's a time-tested principle. Try it.
You get back more than you give.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a blessing. And it doesn't matter what religion you come from.
Yeah, this isn't religion specific.
It is a spiritual phenomenon of what it is to be human. Actually, if you're not giving, you're not being human.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
really
that's
the bottom
a
line.
truth bomb that just got dropped.
You know, you're fulfilling your purpose in some way.
Well, I am so honored to have had this time with you. I'm super inspired. I'm excited to share your story with everybody watching. And if you've been inspired to, please share, please subscribe, please follow the links below and learn all about what Charlie and Don are doing. And thank you for connecting with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, and last, Amazon.com.
Oh, yeah. We'll have those links
Paychecks for Life and Save America Save on Amazon.com.
Paychecks for Life, Save America Save. Thank you for watching. High five.
Peace out.